Story of the Galaxy Express 999 is a very unique style game that is a spin-off of a popular anime series that was seen in Japan that was released on the PlayStation in 2001 and was developed by Polygon Magic. The game itself is a 3D adventure game that allows you to explore various types of environments, but the game is very dialogue and video heavy, as the game focuses mainly on the use of cutscenes with lots of text dialogue in order to progress the overall story. So while you do have elements of exploration, there's also just as much so with regards to text features and video segments. So you will spend a lot of time when you're playing the game going through a massive amount of cutscenes before you can progress to the gameplay, as the game is trying to tell a unique story. And that style was very reflective of games in Japan. The majority of games would always have been very story heavy and story focused, to a point that in order to get into the gameplay you could have to spend in some cases up to 30 minutes, even more, listening to dialogue or skipping cutscenes before you actually get into the general gameplay, and this is no exception. So the story behind the game, you assume the role of a young boy that witnesses the murder of his mother by a cyborg that hunts humans for sport. So the character then goes on a quest for revenge, where he eventually crosses paths with a mysterious lady that offers him a pass on board a unique type of train that travels through space, and from there the character has the ability to be able to acquire a mech suit that he can use then to at least stand off against the cyborg that killed his mother. So from there, primarily it tells the story of the game through various dialogue and cutscenes that you will see throughout the game, and believe me, this game has a lot of that. You will spend an entirety pretty much watching through various cutscenes and so forth, and that's the thing, if you're into games that tell stories or that are more story focused, it is something that you could get into. But for those people that was something that's more focused on getting straight into the action straight away, this wouldn't be the game for you. But again, this game is also based off of a very popular series that would have been seen in Japan, and it's reflective in its storytelling and even its audio and video cutscenes, as the animations and the detail is really good and is of high quality, and it just tries to tell its own unique story. It's just one of those games that it will appeal to some, but it won't appeal to everybody that's out there. But it really just depends on your own preferences. If you do like more story driven focus games and you're willing to put up with the amount of text and dialogue seen within games, then you can do that. But for those that want more of a simpler approach to games, this wouldn't be it, because it will take time to get into various elements of the game. But it does have a unique story to tell. It does have some nice graphics for what the game represents, even with regards to the 3D visuals. Even though it uses more cartoony style graphics, it does look really well, and for a PlayStation 1 game it looks extremely well and as well put together. But this is just another one of those games that was released from Japan that could definitely benefit from a fan translation, because again, if you're wanting to sit down with the story and try to understand the various elements that the game has to offer, by having it in different languages will definitely give the benefit of being able to understand what's going on. Plus it would open up the game's appeal to a wider variety of audiences. But the game itself, from what it does have to offer, it does seem like it has a good story from what I have been able to understand of it, but it generally just looks really cool for what is represented in the game. But I would love to know your thoughts on this game if you have played it yourself, and if so, what do you think of it overall? Do you enjoy these unique and quirky style games that were seen in Japan, and do you like the more story driven aspects that were seen in these games back in the day, or maybe not so much? I'd love to hear whatever thoughts you do have of these type of games, so be sure to share it in the comments below. And if you have enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell to be updated of future videos. And if you would like to see more content around other types of unique and quirky or even obscure games also seen on the PlayStation, you can check out this playlist here on screen to see more of those games in action. And as always, keep those gaming memories alive.